Alrighty. How's it going, everyone? It is PC, and oh boy, are you all in for such a treat tonight? Because tonight, my friends, we are going to be doing a response to our good old buddy here, AniMat. And you're probably wondering, who exactly is AniMat? Well, he is a critic that does reviews of cartoons, anime, animated movies. He's an animator, reviewer. Um, I guess you can call him like sort of. He's sort of like borderline a nostalgia critic ripoff sort of guy. I mean, he was a part of Channel Awesome for a while. I mean, he's good friends with Mars Girl, which he did a podcast with her. So if that doesn't tell you where he aligns on the whole Vic Mignogna situation, then I don't know what else does. But nevertheless, that's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna respond as well as we're gonna take a gander over on our good old favorite website here, Twitter, because that's we all know Twitter is the way to go. But hopefully we're gonna have some fun. J-Man the Dual Blade says, I'm sad that AniMat is siding with Kick Vic as opposed to trying to figure out why I Stand With Vic even exists and why the majority is siding with Vic. Well, I think he knows. It's just he's so stupid. And he's just basically following along what Mars Girl and them say, and he's not really looking into things like you and me are. He doesn't see the evidence that proves Vic's innocence, and I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's even going to. But let us head on over to AniMat's Twitter page here. By the way, if you guys don't mind, please consider sharing this stream on Twitter, since unfortunately I can't at the moment. But I'd appreciate it if you all did. But yeah, as you can see, he reviews different animations, good animations, bad animations. I haven't seen a lot of his videos. To be quite honest with you all, I don't really care about his content. I think his content is not that great. Um, he doesn't really add anything new to his content. To me, he just comes off as just a nostalgia critic ripoff. To me, at least. But nevertheless, I'm gonna read to you guys this tweet here. So in the video that we're gonna watch, he basically calls out Nick Rekieta, basically telling him that he's not a lawyer. And Nick actually responded to the guy saying, I never heard of this guy at AniMat505. Want to talk about it, buddy? You seem troubled. So AniMat decided to respond, oh, so that's why I've been getting harassment. Comments today from the Vic fans. Guess they gotta play it safe and silence anyone who doesn't blindly say Vic good, funny bad. Despite the fact that we're not silencing you, Nick is basically asking you to come on his show. So why don't you take him up on his offer, Matt? Unless you're too much of a pussy to get on Nick's, live stream and confront him about all this. And by the way, you sit there and claim he's not a lawyer, yet, you know, I don't see a law degree in your fucking little room in there. So, how do you know he's not a lawyer? Unless you're just one of those people that just want to talk shit, which I guess that's what you are. And look at all the people coming after him. Oblivion's Eddie 17. Meh, Small Fry. God, Josh Martin is a better target. This isn't even worth my tweet. Damn. Just Infinity, welcome, man. He's severely misinformed. Oh, yes. Yes, he is definitely misinformed. Sadly, though, I think a lot of it is just, the fact that he's too fucking lazy to, do any research on this case. Instead, he wants to sit there and say that Nick Rekieta is not a lawyer. Despite the fact that he is, if you look him up via DuckDuckGo or Google, it'll pull up Nick Rekieta's law firm. And by the way, Matt, he is a lawyer from Minnesota and he is certified. So what do you know about that? And guess what his excuse is? His excuse is because, Nick wouldn't be doing these live streams and everything if he was a real lawyer. As I'm sure, Greg Doucette, or Douchet, I like to call him, is a real lawyer, even though all he does is just tweet 300 tweets a day. So if that's what qualifies you as a lawyer, like, someone who doesn't, talk about the law and is educated in the law, then I guess, I don't know. What do you consider as a lawyer? Because do you honestly sit there and think that lawyers just go to court every single day and just sit there and, take cases all the time? No. No. You're full of shit if you believe that. And all he's doing is he's just clouding. That's all he's doing. He's clouding on this. But as you can see, he got a lot of shit from people. A whole lot of shit. and it's just so hilarious how everybody reacted. And it's a damn shame too. I mean, a lot of people will see this guy as, a respectable critic, That's sort of what happens, That's sort of what happens when you follow the crowd, that you basically have no opinion of your own. Instead, you just listen to what everyone else says. And that's why people like me make fun of people like this. And look at this, people are actually proving to him that Nick is a lawyer. It took less than 2 minutes to pull up his Minnesota bar license. I'll make it easy for you. Here's the website. And as you can see in this screenshot here, it basically proves that he is authorized to practice law. Wow, AniMat. You seriously are trying to grasp for straws there. Oh, Nick's not a real lawyer. Which we'll get into that. But I think for now, I think the best thing we could do is to just sit back, watch this video, and respond. I'm only responding to the Funimation stuff. And we're just gonna make fun of this guy. We're just gonna have some fun, rebutting his points and everything. Just gonna be fun. So, let's actually watch.
Okay, so with that said, I think we are all
Oh my
good
god, his
with
voice
Gendy
is so annoying.
Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal, which again is going to start on October 7th. And now, we are going to move on to our next story. And if you think things have already gotten crazy here in AniMat's Crazy Cartoon Cast with our story with Primal, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet with our next story, because...
Like, seriously, can people even tolerate his voice? Like, I just can't. Like, his voice just... Oh my god, it's so annoying. I want to punch him in the face right now. That's what he sounds like. Oh my god. I just cannot stand his voice at all. He sounds like a cracked up cartoon character. That's what he sounds like. Sorry. But god damn, I can't stand his voice. And I'm trying to adjust my headset here. Gosh. Damn.
Because it's about to get nuts. And I don't know about you guys, but there's something about this week that really turned Twitter into a massive
Sorry about
war
the
zone.
buffering there. I have no idea what's going on there. But yeah, he's got a point there.
I have never seen Twitter like this angry, this much of a dumpster fire because of a few controversies that happened here and there. So much so that even I was overwhelmed and I had to take a bit of a Twitter vacation, which I am still taking a little bit right now. Not as much. I am slowly like checking back on things, but oh my god, it has been absolutely insane.
Oh my god. He sits there and claims that, you know, he sits there and claims. Hang on. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. Lord God. Just a lot going on. I mean, probably picked the wrong time to stream, but hopefully everything is showing like it should. Alright. Where were we here? Not me, not anymore. I used to watch this guy. Yeah, Justin used to watch this guy. J-Man, the Dual Blade says, I used to watch him often. He does good work, but he clearly he's not listening to the comments section or his viewers. Every critic has critics. That's the reality we have to accept. That is true. I mean, this guy obviously doesn't here's the thing with AniMat. Like, he doesn't bring anything new to the table at all in terms of his content. Like, I've seen his type of content before. It's nothing new. It's nothing to, you know, rag home. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let me full screen this video. I think it'd be a lot better if I just full screen it so people can see everything here. But yeah, he's one of those type of nostalgia critic, like you know, he's a nostalgia critic type of reviewers. Like that's mostly his style. But yeah, and you can't see his face. Actually, that's probably a good thing. Probably a good thing you can't see his face, because God Almighty, he just, I can't help it. His face, it looks like friggin' Drew Carey had sex with he banged fucking, you know, Sam from Rocket Power. That's what he looks like. Okay, Paranoia DJ. I've heard of this guy from the animation community. I prefer Mr. Inner than this guy. I don't really care for Mr. Inner either, but yeah.
Like a lot of drama that just came and went, so much so that no joke, it has gotten so toxic on Twitter that I would feel a lot more comfortable, and I feel like we would have much more civil discussions if we would talk about politics. You know, it's like you see what's happening on Twitter and you're like, okay, let's see what Donald Trump is up to. What kind of crazy shenanigans he's up to now.
You hear this guy. He's talking about how, drama, you know, that Twitter is nothing more than drama central. Well, no shit. No shit. It's drama center. That's why a lot of people don't post much on Twitter except, drama. And I guess you could argue that, this right here, this live stream is considered drama. But come on, dude. You act like, oh, this is something new. People are just, going on there and bitching about Trump and all this shit. Like, no shit. We obviously already know this. Yet you say you don't care, but you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't be bringing this shit up. Oh my god. Motherfucker's dumb. You have to be dumb to not know that Twitter is nothing more than drama. Nah, shit. I don't care for any community because every community is so toxic when all you want to do is enjoy stuff. That is true. Every community is toxic. I agree with you on that, Justin. The thing, though, is people are oblivious to that. They think that everything is all fine and dandy. But, once, there's one bad community, then they start bitching about that community, yet they don't realize that, this is every community. Every community has its toxic people in it. You just have to dissociate yourself from those people and just associate with people that are critical thinkers and are going to, have good discussions. Yet this guy, this AniMat guy, believes that, oh, I wish Twitter was just more than just drama all the time. I wish it was a place you could just go and discuss things. Well, that's not what Twitter is. It's a social media website. It's social media. You're socializing, and most of it is just drama. That's all it is. Let's continue watching. Alright.
It's kind of like that thing that happened. So, of course, it started out with the whole pro-Jared controversy. And just when you think things have already died down, that people have already accepted what happened, and that we have all moved on from the situation, things reignited once again when Funimation came into the scene. Yes, apparently there have been leaked recordings, allegedly coming from the Dragon Ball Z cast, making some pretty offensive jokes. Now, here's the scenario of what happened exactly. There is a YouTuber who would talk a lot about law by the name of Nick Rekieta.
Okay, this is a good part, people.
He pretty much put out some leaked audio on his live stream that allegedly states that it is from Funimation, and these were the recordings that, of course...
Okay, allegedly states? Dude, it is from Funimation. There's no allegedly there. You're kidding yourself. And that's the thing. These people, they bring up this fact, though, like, people are bringing up this controversy and, they're making a big deal out of it. Well, it's because of people like you. It's because of people like you who basically have beating this drum over and over again about how Vic is this homophobic person, that he's, this awful human being, yet this just reveals that behind the scenes that these so-called Funimation, voice actors, that these so-called heroes, they are in fact just as guilty as Vic is. So we're not just making a big deal out of this for the sake of making a big deal out of, some homophobic jokes. I like good jokes. Like I said in my stream about Funimation, I was not offended at all by these jokes. I just wanted to point out the blatant hypocrisy of Funimation. It's okay for these Funimation voice actors to make all these jokes, yet it's not okay for Vic Mignogna to make a jelly bean dad joke. That's what caused him to get fired. Like, do you not see the hypocrisy there? First thing to turn a negative into a positive is to address negativity. That's my take on handling drama. J-Man the Dual Blade says, I should do a video talking about AniMat's downfall. This is only the beginning of the end for him. I don't think there was ever a beginning for him. In my personal opinion, I just don't care for his content. I don't think he's that good. I think he's nothing more than a Nostalgia Critic ripoff. And that's my opinion. Don't like it, then oh well.
They were not used from Dragon Ball Z. Like, it all happened while the voice actors were recording Dragon Ball Z, but this all happened in between their takes where they were just making jokes and stuff like that. But the jokes apparently seem to have gotten a little too far. As it states here, reading from my source here on IGN, while they vary in subject matter and the levels of offensiveness, one particularly egregious clip seemingly involves Schemmel, which, by the way, is Sean Schemmel, the voice of Goku, speaking as Goku, hurling homophobic slurs at the character's son. Another Dragon Ball clip uses licensed music in the background, while multiple characters play on an audio drama about sodomy. A brief recording also apparently features the voice of Chi-Chi making an incest-related joke. And this
And the funny thing is about those clips, while they were offensive in some cases, some of them were, you also had some clips, that weren't as offensive, like, Sonny Straits. He basically, I guess he was making a joke about Android 18 somewhere in that. He was voicing Krillin. And here's the thing. We're not asking for, these voice actors to be canceled or anything. We're not doing that. Hang on. There's some blankets in the closet there. There we go. I think Sonny was talking about Marin, the Go Digger. Ain't Marin like his daughter or something? I always thought that was, his daughter, Marin. But, the thing about it, like I said, we're not trying to call for Funimation to terminate these voice actors. We're just basically saying, hey, Funimation, you fired Vic for apparently having uh, a very sexual and sensitive joke, the same rules should apply here. But one might argue that, oh, this was decades ago. But why would Funimation keep this hidden? That's something that I'd like to know. Why would Funimation hide all this information from us for all these years if it wasn't going to be a big deal? Huh? That's that's why they don't see this as a big deal to them, because they think that, none of this is going to affect anything. Well, maybe not. But it does point out the hypocrisy of Funimation. And it makes them look really bad. It does. It may not be a big deal to you, but it is a big deal because the anime community, you know how vocal they are. There's another in the Sacred Water Saga who had blue hair just like Bulma. Okay, alright. I haven't seen a lot of Dragon Ball in a while, so I don't know. Continue.
This was something that apparently really got trending on Twitter, and many people were just absolutely shocked when they were hearing all this audio of all the different Dragon Ball Z characters making these highly offensive jokes. And once again, it just reignited on Twitter and just made a dumpster fire out of it. Now, I don't know if as I'm recording this, like, this is still going on Twitter, but this was something that just recently, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Let me just get back. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty much the whole situation. And Funimation declined to go and comment. They said that Funimation has no comment regarding to this whole story. And a lot of people are wondering what is going to happen to the future of Dragon Ball Z. Is it still going to be connected with Funimation? Are the actors going to still have their jobs? Like, what's going to happen? And I did hear a little bit of some of the jokes that have been said about I did hear a little bit of the leaked recordings, and yeah, I definitely do see how there is an initial reaction of shock regarding some of this humor, because a lot of it is for the sake of edgy jokes, but a lot of these are jokes that don't necessarily fly in this day and age, that they definitely are not cool.
No shit, right? No shit, right? Of course you're gonna say, oh, some of these jokes, they're edgy, but they wouldn't fly. Well, that's because of sensitive twats that make a big deal out of it. And he's right. He is right that a lot of people are making, a big deal out of this for nothing. But here's the thing. I mean, they have a policy. And I don't know when they, started applying this policy. But I'm guessing according to what the policy states, it says no jokes of sexual nature, something along those lines. So, I mean, I can understand why people would make a big deal out of it and would point out the hypocrisy of it. But as he has said, it's not really that big of a deal. But if you look at the circumstance, you look at what Funimation did to Vic, what they, what they said in these clips. Now, keep in mind, Vic's joke was, I guess you could say it was harmless. In a sense, it was harmless. But some of these other jokes that they tell in these leaked audio recordings, they were just as offensive as Vic's joke. So that's mainly what people are focusing on. It's mostly just to make fun of Funimation and call them out for their hypocrisy. And no one's offended at these jokes, and you shouldn't be offended. But, people are going to react to it because that's just the nature of the internet. People are going to react to everything that they think is, offensive or something along those lines. They're going to have a reason to bitch about it and complain about it. But in this case, I can understand the reason why. Me personally, like I said, I don't find any of these jokes offensive. Thus, I'm not really making a big deal out of that. But I am making a big deal out of the fact that, there is a double standard here. And I don't think AniMat sees that. There's people that are actually criticizing Funimation for this, and rightfully so. And they're also making fun of Funimation for this. I've seen people use this and just, make jokes about Funimation. That is perfectly fine. Jokes can go all around. As much as, people like AniMat don't like that, that's the nature of the internet, I almost forgot that he posted Mars Girls GoFundMe and supporting. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, he's basically riding on this. He really is. He doesn't want to admit to it. He doesn't want to admit to, wanting to be a part of this drama. But he is by, talking about it and also, supporting Mars Girls GoFundMe. He's part of the drama. So, yeah. I'm wondering what color of M&M AniMat's into. Oh my god. It's hard to say. Let's continue.
Even though like there is no absolute confirmation that this is all from Funimation, and these maybe there is actual confirmation that these are from Funimation actors, but yeah, I do feel like if that really is the case, then maybe some of the actors should step up and say, that they're sorry. They should apologize and say that they were wrong in this scenario, because in this culture, in this day of multiculturalism and diversity, we shouldn't really be doing these jokes anymore. Like, we are a bit above that. And yeah, and I could honestly, I do understand how it did get trending, how a lot of people were pretty much.
Oh my god. You guys don't understand why that is hilarious. Because moments ago, he was saying that this is no big deal, right? He was saying that people were making a big deal out of this. But now he's saying that the voice actors should come out and make an apology video or make an apology tweet. Basically conforming to what these idiots want, and basically not oh my god. And that's the reason why we can't have good things. We can't tell those type of jokes because of idiots like you, AniMat. It's because we give in to you idiots. Why do you think stand-up comedians are afraid to tell offensive jokes? Because people like you will bitch about it. Like I said, there is nothing wrong with having edgy humor. But when these fucking idiots here, these fucking SJWs, when they make a big deal out of it, it ruins the fun for everyone. It does. And that's the problem, AniMat. That's the problem with this. You're basically saying that this is not a big deal, but they should still apologize for it. Either it's not a big deal, or it is a big deal, that, I mean, if it's not a big deal, then why should they apologize? Ask yourself that. Why should they apologize if this is not a big deal to you? So, yeah. You have idiots like this that are trying to speak for people like you and me. But they don't realize they're just the collective people.
Shocked about this, where these jokes, yeah, they're not really cool anymore. We don't live in the age of South Park, so just apologize for
We don't live in the age of South Park. Even though South Park right now is one of the most watched shows right now. And it's because they make fun of you assholes. Like, you don't get it. Oh, we don't live in this age, South Park anymore. Even though South Park, is still around, and they make fun of you assholes. And it's funny. Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. I dropped something. I'm trying to... Damn. I guess I'll just hold it. I dropped it.
for making these stupid, edgy jokes. That's all I'm asking. However, I would like to say this, though. Even though, yes, these clips are absolutely shocking. Yes, these jokes are pretty offensive. One thing that I would like to say, though, is that to anyone who is still upset about this news, for anyone who is absolutely furious of the fact that the Dragon Ball Z actors would make these offensive jokes during the recordings of Funimation, like, if you really are this mad about the leaks, then honestly, I just gotta say, holy crap, it is pretty funny that you guys know literally nothing about the voiceover industry. I mean, holy crap, what you just experienced right there is a taste of something that just commonly happens. I mean, here's the thing, yes, as offensive as they can be, you guys have no idea how this is very commonplace in every voiceover session for so many different kinds of TV shows. I mean, like, Nick Rekieta over here, like, he could go on and say...
Okay, he's getting ready to talk about Nick Rekieta, but I just want to point out something really, really quick here. He talks about, how this is a common thing in the voice acting industry. But let me ask you this, AniMat. Why would it be making news if this was a common thing, in the voice acting industry? Why would Funimation, once again, this is a simple question here. Why would Funimation not want this to be leaked out? If this is such a common thing, I mean, I understand, bloopers and stuff, but why weren't these bloopers available on DVD? I mean, why did Funimation do everything in their power to try to hide this in their servers? Keep in mind, they kept this in their servers for decades. Keep that in mind, people. But apparently he believes this is all common thing, yet you don't hardly see any sort of news coverage of this sort of stuff. This is such a common thing, I guess that's why IGN, covered this, because, it's a common thing. It happens, you see IGN cover this stuff all the time. No. It's not. And he's talking out of his ass. He really is. And you have no proof. You don't even provide any evidence to back up what you're saying. You're just talking shit out of your ass. I mean, I can give you a clear example of this. Humorous jokes in anime. Take for example the Berserk bloopers. I highly recommend you go and check those out. Those are funny shit. You don't even give us an example of this. You don't give us any examples of this kind of thing. I mean, I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. It's a common thing that, actors, misread their lines, or they may slip up something. And I get that, but when do you see this, when do you see stuff like this mentioned on IGN or other websites? When do you see that brought up? You don't. So what does that tell you? It tells you right there that this sort of is a big deal. It is a big deal because this affects the anime industry. Believe it or not, it does affect the anime industry because that's going to make more people, like, let's say if you're a sub lover, that's going to give people the ammunition there. You do realize that, right? That's going to make people turn away from dubs. So, yeah, it is a pretty big deal. You may not see it that way, but people like me and probably others, we see it, that way. But what do we know? We don't know the industry, according to AniMat. Only AniMat knows the industry because he's part of that industry. I wonder what anime you've dubbed, AniMat, or any particular characters you voiced. That's what I'd like to know, since you claim to know the industry.
Like, what is it? Like, he tries to say that, oh, this violates Funimation's own workplace guidelines. Like, I'll just say right now, there is no such thing as a legitimate studio that would follow any of these guidelines if these guidelines do legitimately exist. It happens all the frickin' time when you would see the voice actors making offensive jokes as their characters, especially with kids programs. Like, when they would go and record animated kids shows, then there is a guarantee that in between those takes that they would make these offensive jokes related to violence, related to sex, or they would throw out these random slurs, because these are things that are in between takes, and it gives the actors the liberty to just goof off and do things that they know for a fact that it's never going to air on TV. Like,
Okay. That right there, I mean, I sort of see what AniMat is saying there, but at the same time, I'm gonna basically try my best to put it to you like this. If there is no guidelines, if these voice actors are not following any sort of guidelines and are just doing whatever the fuck they want, then what does that tell you about, what does that tell you about the company? It basically is a free for all. The free for all, there's no rules. Yet a guy gets fired. Like if there's no rules, if there's no structure going on, then how is it possible for someone like Vic Mignogna to get fired? You do realize that Vic Mignogna was fired for telling an offensive joke. It wasn't just because of the sexual assault allegations. He got fired for making a joke. So, if there is no guidelines, then why did Vic get fired? I mean, you say that, but oh my gosh, this guy is so fucking stupid. He is. I'm sorry, people. He's stupid. He's being fucking stupid. And I can't stand his fucking voice. It's getting on my nerves here. But I'm doing the best I can to respond to him here. And he don't worry, he gets in to Nick Rekieta here. So we'll continue here.
Think about a TV show, think about an animated series, and I can guarantee you for a fact that they would do stuff like this. That there would be those like in between moments that they would make these offensive jokes.
Yeah, yeah. And he's talking about SpongeBob, by the way. Yes, there is a YouTube clip of, Plankton swearing. Yes. That was actually leaked out there, by the way. It wasn't on the DVDs. And mostly, here's the thing. Most of these jokes you see, they're either added as a feature on DVDs, or they're posted online somewhere as some sort of highlight or something. But you will never see SpongeBob swearing on a DVD that they're trying to market towards kids. That's the argument he's trying to make here. He's trying to make that argument that, oh, this is a common thing. Yet if it's so common, then why are they hiding it from everybody? Why are they hiding these jokes if they're such a common thing? Why are they trying to essentially censor? That's what you can consider it as, is censoring. Because they're making a big deal out of these jokes. But if they're not a big deal, then why not air them? Why not put them on a DVD if they're not that big of a deal? If they're that common? That's the argument that I want to make here. Because I don't see no problem. Do you all? I mean, I'd like to see a, SpongeBob DVD feature where Plankton's swearing. But I know that's not what they're going to do. They're going to try their best to market it towards kids. And keep in mind, that is the people that go out of their way to buy this, mostly, is kids. So, yeah. Yeah, AniMat. AniMat heard the dir. I don't know how Vic got fired. How you?
SpongeBob SquarePants, abso-freaking-lutely. The Powerpuff Girls, hell yeah. Avatar: The Last Airbender, you bet. Fairly Odd Parents, for sure. Powerpuff Girls, or did I say Powerpuff Girls? Dexter's Laboratory, absolutely. No matter which one it is, there's always going to be an offensive joke. Adventure Time.
Yeah, we know this. You're stating the obvious. We know there's going to be an offensive joke. We know this. It's obvious. But you act like it's a common thing that, that they make these offensive jokes. But why are they hiding it if it's so common? Again, we get what you're saying here. But that's the argument I would make. And plus, Funimation claims, that they have policies, they have rules. Yet, you're saying that, they have no rules. Which, here's the thing, AniMat. Do you work at Funimation? Do you work there? How do you know what their rules and policies are? Because you can't make that argument if you don't work for them. And I know you'd probably say, well, I know a guy that works there, and maybe, that's where I get my information from. And that's all hearsay. Like, we don't know exactly how Funimation runs things because we don't actually work there. But if they post a policy online for, people to see, if it's made publicly, then we would suspect that that's the policies that they go with. We suspect that. I'm pretty sure we all do, 100%. But AniMat, he claims to be this knowledgeable guy. He claims he knows the industry. He knows everything.
Steven Universe, even some of the modern stuff, it's like
Steven
people are
Universe
still
sucks,
doing
by the
that
way.
to this day. And honestly, I can even tell you firsthand that it does happen all the time. I have actually done some voiceover work for companies, not just for my video, but like I actually do get some voiceover gigs, and that I would have to drive to the studios to do some recordings for them. And
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew it. I knew he would bring that up. Oh, I've personally, my opinion, I went to these studios and I know how they do this stuff. Therefore, Funimation, when it comes to these policies, I know them. I know everything that goes on because I've been to these studios. I bet you've never done anything for Funimation, though. Because if you did, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be making this video. I'm pretty sure you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you come off as... Yeah, exactly, Justin. He comes off as a very prude type of person. He's pretentious, being pretentious. Because, oh, I've done voice work before, therefore I know more about the industry than anybody. And of course he can't back up his claim. Because he's never worked for Funimation. He's never been given, their hand guide or anything like that. But he swears that he knows the industry and that it's a common thing. And I'm pretty sure some of those studios you worked for, people have never heard of before. Nobody knows them. And here's the thing, I'm not saying that you're lying or anything like that. I'm pretty sure you have, done some voice work. I mean, you're a popular anime critic. I'm sure you've gotten gigs. But to sit there and say that us, the people that are watching this, you're basically trying to say that you know more than we do, therefore we can't criticize these voice actors, or we can't criticize this. You're basically you're pulling a fallacy, appeal to authority. That's basically what you're doing. You're trying to pull an appeal to authority because you are an expert at something, or you claim to be an expert in this field. Therefore, you know what's going on. And we don't know what's going on because we're not in that field. And I'll use an example. I'll use a quick example here. I mean, I go to the doctor. Yet, sometimes the doctor gets it wrong when, they're diagnosing me. But, the doctor isn't going to sit there and say, I'm the doctor. I know what's going on with you. Because, I'm the doctor. And you have every right to criticize the doctor. Just like I have every right to criticize you and say that you have no idea what you're fucking talking about when it comes to this, because you don't work for Funimation. You don't work for Funimation. You've never worked for Funimation. Therefore, you don't know what their policies are. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes at Funimation. And you act like these studios work the same way. No, they don't. Maybe these studios that you worked with, they may have, less stricter rules when it comes to recording sessions. But we don't know for sure how Funimation works behind the scenes. I mean, we can only go by what, voice actors have claimed. People like Chuck Huber, who actually has worked for Funimation. We are just going by his word. We don't know what actually happens at Funimation. And we're not going to sit here and assume that all these companies work the same way, because that's a stupid argument. It's stupid.
And whenever we would do a project that is geared more towards kids, then it is very common that, like, me and the other actors and the sound editors and the sound mixers and the voice directors, that sometimes we would just goof off and we would make these kinds of offensive adult humor. It happens all the frickin' time, man.
Yet, okay, this goes back to your argument about how they should apologize for making this type of humor. Yet, see what you're doing here now? You see what he's trying to do here. He's trying to pull a fast one here. Because earlier he said that, the voice actors should apologize and that we shouldn't be making these type of jokes in today's climate. Now he's going back on his statement and saying, "Oh, this is common thing. It happens, and people are making a big deal out of it." Which is it? Seriously, AniMat, which is it? Are these jokes not offensive, or are they offensive? Because if they're not offensive, then why should they apologize? If they are, if that's what I don't get with you. You're trying to have your cake and eat it too. And you can't. You can't have that. It's either this way or no way. And he's trying to defend these people and doing a very piss poor job at it.
What you have witnessed, what is leaked, is just a little taste of what actually happens in recording studios. This is what this is honestly the common life of a voice actor. This is nothing really special. So, with that said though, why is it that this is so controversial? Why is it that we see this massively trending, that this
Sorry about that.
This really got so popular? Why is it that we see like Funimation get trending and a lot of people think that, oh, they're in trouble now? Well, I'll tell you why, and it's mainly because it's trying to push an agenda. The reason why this is even controversial in the first place is mainly because of the Vic Mignogna controversy. You guys are probably...
Oh my god. Did he just say Vic Mignogna? Are you kidding me? Vic Mignogna? Oh my god. I'm about to lose my shit here, people. I'm about to lose it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hang on. I need to... I can't. I can't do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. And you understand why people don't take you seriously at all. Because you're a fucking idiot. Oh my god. And of course, people like you are going to see this as an agenda. Oh, they're trying to push this as an agenda. No shit. Because it's blatant hypocrisy. It's blatant hypocrisy. And yeah, he definitely hasn't been paying attention to the situation at all. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. And oh my god, I'm losing my shit here. He said Vic
Probably
Mignogna.
familiar with the
It's
Vic
Mignogna.
Mignogna controversy. This is pretty much actually. Hold on a sec. Excuse me. Okay.
Press
Now I
X
feel
for
much
doubt.
better. Now, the thing is, you probably heard about the controversy of Vic Mignogna. He's an English dub anime voice actor. Getting the usual
hang on.
hashtag Me Too movement.
Hang on. He cannot even pronounce Vic's name. And even Vic has said this over and over. It's Mignogna. Vic Mignogna. It's Italian. Okay? Oh my god. Why are people taking you so seriously? Oh my god. Like, this guy's a joke. You claim to be knowledgeable about the voice acting industry, yet you can't even fucking pronounce Vic Mignogna's name right. What the fuck is wrong with you? You should go die in Minecraft.
Treatment where he has where there have been numerous of accusations of him sexually harassing not just fellow voice actresses but also a lot of con-goers, and a lot of really terrible stories of him just really abusing his power in order to sexually abuse women. And it's just like a lot of the things are absolutely terrible of the things that he has been accused of. And unlike most of the other cases, Vic and his fans are trying to fight back by saying that it's not true. And right now, there is a court case going on where Vic is trying to sue Funimation and a few of the people that have accused Vic of sexual assault and sexual harassment and all that kind of stuff. Vic is trying to sue them for defamation and all that kind of stuff. So
all that kind of stuff. Okay, I just okay. Yeah, I love Justin's comment right there. AniMat, he is a fucking clown. Well, the boomer's on. We'll catch the rest in a replay. Yes, Nick is on. He is streaming right now. Unfortunately, I think we're almost done with this though. But you guys notice this, just how he's coming off in this. He's just so fucking prude about this. All this is so terrible, despite the fact that there's no evidence. And like you said, AniMat, they're all allegations. Claiming that he's abused his power. Like, okay, in one instance, here's the thing. Kick Vic has yet to provide any evidence that, Vic has abused his power to control anybody. I mean, yes, he cheated on his fiancée, Michelle Specht. He did cheat on her. But that's a common thing, that happens. And I am not, I'm not saying that what Vic did there was a good thing, but it's nothing to, get upset at him over. You're basically trying to say that, it's justified why these people would come out against him, and, that's what you're trying to put in this. You're trying to assume that all these allegations are true. Because he uses these key words, hashtag Me Too movement, and all this other shit, you know? You obviously know, just from hearing that, what his stance is. He is on Kick Vic's side. I mean, he's obviously not neutral to this, because he has no idea. He doesn't even mention the fact that, we on I Stand With Vic's side, we have pointed out evidence that Kick Vic people were lying. We pointed all that out. He never states that. He's never stated the fact that, it's more than just defamation, it's malice. He doesn't even go over the fact that there's documents out there. People lying. He doesn't even mention that. He doesn't mention the fact that Monica's stories, are all lies. Monica's and Jamie's stories are fabricated. And there's proof out there. There's evidence, strong evidence that proves that they're lies. He doesn't even mention that. So what does that tell you, people? He's not, he's not giving both sides of the story here.
So the thing, and especially with the case of Nick Rekieta, this is actually a guy who's one of the most prominent faces who is full on pro Vic. Like, he is a massive supporter of Vic Mignogna, and he...
No shit. Nick Rekieta is a mass supporter of Vic? Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. Did you all know that? I mean, it's not like he made a GoFundMe for him to be able to raise his legal fees, to support his legal fees and everything. He's not a, Oh my god, this guy. Yeah, and he's clearly showing bias here. Oh my god. I love this. I love this so much.
He always tries his hardest to make sure that he wants to prove Vic to be fully innocent, and that anyone who accuses him of being guilty are full-on liars, that only Vic is telling the truth and everyone is telling a lie for some magical reason.
Okay, no, that is not true. That is totally not true. You see what he's doing there now. You see what he's doing there. He's trying to twist all this to make Nick... He's basically characterizing Nick here. Saying, oh, he's doing everything in his power to make sure that, Vic is innocent, and, he's basically pointing out that all these people are liars and everything else, and he's doing everything in his power to do that to these people. No, he's not. He's not doing that. And that's what you guys fail to see. Nick Rekieta was never Vic's lawyer. Yes, he supports Vic, but if there was evidence out there that showed that Vic did in fact do all the shit that you guys claim that he did, then you can bet your ass that Nick would point that out. So you're basically saying that Nick is biased about, all this, which he has never claimed to be biased. He has been nothing but fair with this. And he's going by what is evident in the case. What is, what is fact. And God forbid a lawyer that, actually, relies on facts. Oh my gosh, that's the worst person ever. Seriously, AniMat. You're so full of it, and it's so hilarious to watch you just sit here and just mischaracterize Nick. saying he doesn't know what he's talking about, saying, oh, he's calling everyone liars, which is not true. He's basically saying that these people need to put up or shut up. He's saying, show evidence, otherwise, you ain't got an argument to stand on. He's a lawyer. That's what his job is. His job is to look at the evidence, and, if he was defending if he was defending Vic, then he would use that evidence to, prove that he's innocent. And that's what you don't. Oh, my mic went off. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, my mic went off. God damn, what's going on here? Audio issues. Uh, okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. So, he's sitting here and mischaracterizing Nick. Basically saying that he is nothing more than trying to prove Vic's innocence and calling his, the people that are making these allegations liars. That's not what Nick is doing. Nick is basically, pointing out what is fact. And is that such a bad thing? Is it such a bad thing to point out what is facts? I mean, the fact is that I know now you guys can hear me. The fact is that there is evidence that proves that Vic is innocent. Whereas on Kick Vic's side, they have yet to provide any evidence that proves that, Vic did in fact do all this. And if there was evidence out there, wouldn't it be smart of them to present it? But they haven't. They're basically trying to go by hearsay. And, you can't do that. But this guy claims he knows the case. He knows this case, yet he doesn't. He doesn't watch Nick's streams. He has not looked at the documents at all. So he has no idea what he's talking about. And usually in that case, I would tell you to shut your mouth. You dumb jerk off. But I'm not going to do that. You have every right to your opinion. Just like I have every right to my opinion. You know? Because I am a free speech absolutist. I think you're allowed to have any opinion you want about this case. But if you're going to sit there and mischaracterize people like us, saying that we have no idea what we're talking about, saying that, oh, we're calling all the victims liars, well, guess what? That is not true. All we are doing is pointing out what is fact. And it's the facts that don't lie. I hate to tell you that, AniMat, but it's the facts that don't lie. But this is funny. This is hilarious to me. It is so hilarious to me. But let's continue. And I like someone bringing up James Gunn there. James Gunn situation all over again. It's not. It's not. It has nothing to do with James Gunn. So shut your face, you dumb fucking idiot.
And on a side note, I just want
Come on.
to say, though, that a lot of people may point out that Nick Rekieta is actually a lawyer, which in reality, no, he's not. He is not a lawyer at all. That is that is something that is just fully made up by Nick Rekieta to make himself look good. Because the truth of the matter is, if this guy actually, I don't care in whichever place that he studied on law and stuff like that, if he was a real lawyer, then he wouldn't be spending much time as he is right now trying to make YouTube videos and try to go and make as much live stream as he is right now. Like, if he is a real lawyer, he would actually be spending his job actually doing lawyer stuff instead of the crap that he's doing now. Like,
which he does. He does do lawyer stuff, you idiot. You fucking idiot. He does. And that's what you Kick Vic idiots don't realize. He doesn't just sit around and make videos about this. He only does this at 12 o'clock at night. What does that tell you? He only does this at nighttime. He doesn't do this during his job. You guys act like he's doing this while he's working or something. Oh, he only wastes his time, making fun of us. He does it while he's on the job. Which, actually, that would be funny if he was doing that. But I know better. And he does. He works at the courthouse. And he has won cases. And here's what I find hypocritical about this. So you're sitting here saying that Nick Rekieta is not a lawyer because he wastes his time talking about this Vic situation, laying down the facts, and making videos. Yet you have this other lawyer, this self-proclaimed lawyer, Greg Doucette, or I like to call him Greg Douchette, making 300 plus tweets every single day. Like, seriously, what lawyer would waste their time doing that? See, I can make the same argument there. And he's on your side. He's on the Kick Vic side. So, you see? You see how redundant you sound? You Oh my god. This guy is a fucking joke. He's a fucking joke. Let's continue.
As much of a lawyer as much as Lionel Hutz is in The Simpsons. So I just want to go and lay that out right now. So of course with all this, it's to really try to go and push the agenda that Vic is good and Funimation is bad, because Funimation is one of the defendants that Vic is suing, and that Funimation is one of the people that did do their own independent investigation, and they discovered that, yes, Vic is actually guilty, and they had to go and kick him out in the situation.
Okay. Except for the fact that this investigation was not fair at all. They never asked for Vic's side. they clearly had a bias in this investigation. And yet you don't say that. And you say that he's guilty because of this investigation. That doesn't mean he's guilty. You fucking idiot. Oh my god. Oh my god, this fucking imbecile here. Oh my god. Ugh. I wish I had a drink right now. I do. I wish I had some alcohol or something right now. Because listening to this guy is like, fuck. He's so fucking stupid. He is. And let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about, he brought the investigation up here. Okay, wise guy. What were the things that were brought up in the investigation? Jelly bean joke, the twins, and a consensual kiss with a fellow female coworker. Those were the only things that were brought up. Yes, he's breaking me. None of this other shit about, him sexually harassing voice actors. None of this other shit where he made fans uncomfortable at a convention. None of this other shit that you're saying. It doesn't match what you're saying. But yeah, you claim you know this, but you don't. You don't even know what the investigation was. Because you don't follow the case. But that's what was brought up in the investigation, people. Jelly bean joke, consensual kiss, and the two twins. Which Vic denied all those claims, by the way. He denied all those claims. Yet, they still fired him over it. Some investigation, huh? And here's the truth of the matter. Here's the thing you fail to realize. And you didn't even look into this yourself either. And it's in the documents, the affidavits. You didn't even consider the affidavit that Chuck Huber made. Chuck Huber made an affidavit, for Vic. Basically, confirming that Vic would never do any of this shit that you guys are, spewing here. So, what does that tell you? People, what does that tell you? What does that honestly tell you? Someone that actually knows, that has read the documents, myself, I have read them, or AniMat, claims to be an expert at, voice acting and all this other shit. Who do you believe sounds more believable? When it comes to, this case, who would you listen to more? Someone that actually knows the case or someone who doesn't? That's something you need to consider. But I don't know what I'm talking about. None of us know what we're talking about. AniMat is breaking pirate here. Nick Rekieta is has legitimate license, and AniMat saying this to tarnish Rekieta's reputation. AniMat is a cartoon reviewer of the likes of Mr. Inner, whose only job is on YouTube. Plus, AniMat listens to Mars Girl, an individual who has so many skeletons in her closet based on who she was associated with. That doesn't surprise me at all. It doesn't surprise me that he's friends with Mars Girl. It doesn't surprise me that, he's on Kick Vic's side. But to sit here and say that we're all full of shit, but he's the one that has all this information. He knows everything. That is the problem I have with this fucker.
Which I need to go and say right now, in this case right over here, about some of the leaks that they have found out. What does this prove about Vic? What do these leaks in particular prove that Vic is innocent? How does it prove that he didn't do any of the things that he has been accused of? This has nothing to do with any of the sexual harassment and sexual assault claims.
Okay, you made a good legitimate point there. It has nothing to do with the sexual harassment claims. And that's my answer there. It has nothing to do with that. But I can understand why people would make a big deal about it because of the hypocrisy. It's hypocritical for Funimation to fire Vic over a joke that was supposedly sexual, but it really wasn't. It's a friggin' daddy joke. Jelly bean daddy joke. But it's okay for them to use homophobic slurs, incest, and sodomy. It's okay for them to make jokes about that. But it's not okay for Vic to, make a joke directed towards, someone, which it really, I don't know. I don't know the case in that because I wasn't there, nor anyone was there. But Vic claims that that wasn't the intention of that joke, which he doesn't even remember. He would remember something like that. So, that's the thing. That's the thing you guys don't realize. The blatant hypocrisy. That it's okay to tell these jokes, but we're gonna fire someone for telling the same type of joke. It doesn't matter if it was directed towards somebody. It's the same fucking joke. And it was just as harmless. And people are going to make a big deal about it. That's just the nature of the internet. And I'm not saying that, these jokes should get these voice actors fired like Vic. But I'm saying that there's a double standard going on here. Which there clearly is a double standard. I rather trust you and Rekieta over AniMat, and I don't hear AniMat getting all upset over Monica's fiance who abused his ex-wife and threatened to murder her dogs and the judge's family. Yeah, he doesn't mention that. He doesn't mention anything about Ron Toyi. Yeah, and that's the thing, AniMat. You would rather listen to them than listen to people that actually know what's going on in the case, or listen to the evidence that is being pointed out that proves that none of this shit has happened. You're not going to look into that yourself. Instead, you're just going to be a sheep and just listen to all the idiots that are making these claims. I swear, I thought you had a much bigger brain in there, a big functioning brain. I mean, you are an expert at animation, but god damn, you are so fucking stupid when it comes to common sense. You lack that. You have no common sense. You have no understanding of the logic that people are trying to point out here. That this is hypocritical. Let's continue. I think we're almost done, please.
This doesn't even have anything to do with Vic, period. Like, if you're gonna go and present this in that court case, the judge is going to look at this and go,
okay,
well, who cares? This thing is irrelevant. Like, this honestly proves nothing. All this proves is how the Vic fans, like Nick Rekieta, is just desperate. Because that's the thing, that's the reality with these Vic fans and these Vic supporters and these hashtag I stand with Vic people, is that they are always so desperate to scrape at the bottom of the barrel, so much so that they are scratching down the surface till their fingers are bleeding, or they won't even stop, like, after their fingers are bleeding.
Oh my god.
To find something, just a little thing, to fully antagonize anybody who has a different opinion than them, who doesn't...
Like you? Like what you're doing right now? Like you? What you're doing right now? You are a fucking hypocrite. You, AniMat, are marginalizing us, saying that we will never listen to the other side. Oh, we have. We've heard the other side. And guess what? You guys are fucking idiots. Oh my god. Oh my god, this guy. I think I've gone broken here. I don't know what to say now. This guy is marginalizing all of us, saying we don't listen to the other side. We have been, and all of you have done nothing. Yuns have provided no evidence, no shed of evidence that Vic is guilty. You have done nothing but harassed us, make harassing, campaigns against us. We're not the ones who are doing the harassing. It's you all who are doing the harassing. Like right now. And look at this. I have the proof here that, you're doing this. And I don't know how many people's actually watching this. But I'm pretty sure that most of them would agree with me that Kick Vic are the ones that are doing all the harassing, that are doing all the marginalizing, that are basically trying to shut us down. Because we have an opposing opinion. That we believe that a man is innocent. So, I don't know about you guys. I don't know. But I think that AniMat is a fucking clown. I do. I mean, he dresses like a clown. I mean, he wears a stupid orange hat and a friggin' Hawaii shirt. I mean, what does that say? 5 people are currently watching this. Well, that's better than, nothing to me, I'd rather have 5 people watching this than, nobody watching this. Because you're listening to this guy marginalizing you, saying you guys don't know the facts. You guys are doing nothing but marginalizing people, antagonizing everyone, insulting everyone. I only insult you if you're being stupid. Which you are. You're being stupid, AniMat. But, yeah. Matt Burnett is a clown, alright. Oh, yeah. That's why I have the clown picture in my thumbnail there. And have a dunce hat on AniMat. Because that's what he is. He's a dunce. He has no idea. He has no clue what he's even talking about. Yet he wants to marginalize us. Because we have all the evidence and facts. Whereas he doesn't.
stand with Vic, because they fully have the mentality of you're either with us or or you are our enemy. That if you don't stand with Vic, if you don't think he's fully 100% innocent, then you should be punished. You should be taken down like the rest of the SJWs. And they are so desperate to find anything. Like, they would even take something like this. It's like, see, they're making offensive jokes. They're trying to say bad things. They would go in the recording studio and say bad things.
Oh
They're
my
evil.
God.
Funimation is evil. We must burn all the witches. Burn the SJWs. Like, they are so desperate to find anything, even if it has no connection to Vic whatsoever. And honestly, this is something that also proves that not only are those people absolutely desperate, but they are massive hypocrites as well.
Look who's talking. Look who's talking. Yeah, you're a hypocrite. It's not us. It's you. It's all of you who are the hypocrites. We're not marginalizing anyone. We're not going after you just because you have, just because you're against Vic. We're not scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to, the case. We're not. We're not just pointing out stuff, just for the sake of it. What we are doing is pointing out what is fact and what we find to be hypocritical. It's people like you, AniMat. It's people like you that are the hypocrites, not us. And we're not the ones going out of our way to attack people. You are attacking us. And that's what we have been trying to, point at. I mean, and I've always said this. Do not attack these people. I've always said this. I made a point to this. Do not attack these people. If you are going to attack these people, then, you're wasting your time. You're wasting our time. And we should be above that. And we are above that. Because no one from I Stand With Vic has attacked anybody, from what I know. Amanda Winley has said, if you're neutral, F you, believe victims. Using the you are either with us or against us argument. Exactly. You have people like Amanda Winley belittling rape victims, by the way. She insulted a rape victim. Saying that people deserve to be raped, AniMat. And she's on your side. Oh my God. And you have people like Jamie Markey making such disgusting tweets, like, that she wants Vic's head and she wants his balls. And she wants him to feel the ounce of pain that he's caused others. That is antagonizing, and it's an attack on the guy. Yet you say we are the ones who are attacking? We are the ones that are making threats and insults? You have no idea. Either you're this naive, or you're just a fucking clown, like I said. Which I think you're both. Honestly, I think you're naive, and I think you're a clown. I mean, you're nothing more than a Nostalgia Critic ripoff. Obviously. I'm gonna keep beating that. He's a Nostalgia Critic ripoff. And do you honestly sit here and think? Honestly, here's the thing. Let's use common sense here. If I Stand With Vic was attacking people, then why would we be doing our best to, not tell them, like, okay, if I Stand With Vic was attacking people, then why would, we stand for that? Something like that. We don't. We don't stand for something like that. Because we're trying to be better than you guys. We don't marginalize others. We don't, make threats to anybody. It's you all who are doing that. You're trying to ruin a man's career, trying to keep him from getting work. All because of who he is as a person. Yet we're the ones marginalizing. We're the ones making a big deal out of everything. And here's the thing. If this was not such a big deal, why are you talking about it? Why are you wasting everyone's fucking time? Why am I making this fucking live stream? Why am I making this live stream if this wasn't a big deal? You claim this is not a big deal. Why are you reporting it? Why are you making this relevant? Oh my god. But you know what? I appreciate the fact that, I appreciate it that you made this. Because now we can all have a good laugh. We can all sit here and laugh at you and just make fun of you. You've given us something to laugh at. We're not trying to burn you to the ground. We're not saying, burn the witch. No, I'm saying, let's make fun of these idiots. Let's make a joke about this. Because unlike you, I know jokes because, I have a sense of humor. And your sense of humor sucks. Could you imagine that? Let's continue. So I want to get through this.
Like, as time moved on, the Vic fans are pretty much revealing more and more that they are so hypocritical. Like, they are so desperate to be right.
Okay, what makes
to the
us
point
hypocritical?
That they don't care about logic.
Okay, we don't care about logic. Okay, can you be more specific about that? How do we not care about logic? How are we hypocritical? You're sitting here bantering us, saying we don't know what we're talking about. We're stupid. We're so hypocritical. Yet you don't even bring up examples. You don't bring up any examples of this. So you're just fucking talking out of your head. Because you're a fucking moron. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind here. God, let's finish this. Fucking finish this.
They don't care about facts. They want to do everything they can
Conjecture.
in order to take down their opponents, even if it seems massively
Conjecture.
hypocritical. Like, they'll accuse them of doing something, but for them it's okay to do so as long as it's in the name of
Conjecture.
and also, here's something to prove my point.
Conjecture.
They love to play the game of whataboutisms. They love to go past around whenever there's a logical argument of how Vic actually did do it. Like, you're gonna have one Vic fan that's gonna pop out of nowhere and go, well, what if he's innocent? Well, what if all the accusers are liars? Like, they always love to play the what if game. Okay, you know what? Let's turn the tables. I think if you're gonna play the what if game, then I think it's fair for the other people to also do the what if game as well. Now, let's imagine a scenario.
Okay.
What if Vic actually has one of these like, if Vic is in these recordings? Like, what if there's actually a recording where Vic, as his character of Broly, that he would go and make homophobic slurs, or he would make jokes about sodomy, or making incest-related jokes? Like, what if Vic, as Broly, he would do these kinds of jokes in between takes. Imagine that ended up getting leaked.
Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? You see what he's doing? You see what he's doing here? Baseless conjecture. This is all just generalization here. You know, nobody's making a what if. Nobody's making a what if Vic wins. Or what if this. He's basically pulling conjectures out of his ass. He thinks that a mountain's made out of conjecture, Justin. He does. This guy is literally pulling anything out of his ass to try to paint us as bad people. It's awful. It's really awful. I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of bad eggs in I Stand With Vic. I'm not going to point out any specific people or anything. We have our fair share of bad eggs that does do the things that he is claiming. But most of us, all we've done is stated what is fact. What we have found because we've done our research. We have pointed out. And there is no such thing, you know. We've come to this point. The reason why we believe Vic is innocent is because there is no evidence that suggests he's guilty. So basically what he's doing here, he's trying to generalize. He's trying to switch the argument around. He's trying to switch it. And this is a thing that is common in most debates. Like, they switch the topic, or they switch, you know, the argument points. You know, they switch it around because they think that, you know, they're sounding smart and that this matches this because, you know, this or that. What he's doing is essentially just trying to switch the argument onto us, which we've never even made such an argument of what if Vic wins. Nobody has, because all we've done is just pointed out what's fact. What we found, what we discovered as it relates to the case. This whole leaked recordings thing, I agree with him somewhat, that it has nothing to do with the case. And I doubt that Ty will use this at all. I don't think he will. I don't think Ty's that dumb. I seriously don't. I don't think Ty is that dumb to use this. Yet he claims that he is. You notice that, right? He says that, you know, if Ty uses this, you know, the judge is going to look at it. I mean, I don't think Ty is that dumb. I think Ty is a very smart guy, and he knows what he's doing. But, I mean, you're basically throwing conjectures at us. That, oh, we don't know what we're talking about. We're attacking people. We're doing this. He's mischaracterizing I Stand With Vic. Painting us as these awful people. Because how dare we don't listen to the victims? How dare we point out what is fact? As an AniMat fan, I feel like a quote from Spider-Man PS4 sums up my feelings towards AniMat's Vic rant. You were everything I wanted to be. You just threw it away. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I never wanted to be him.
I think it's safe to say that everyone knows so well that the Vic fans are going to do everything they can to make sure that scenario seems like it's no big deal. That they would find every strong man excuse in the world to go and defend Vic and to make it seem like it doesn't necessarily matter, that it's no.
And that's what you're doing in this case. Isn't that what you're doing here? And nobody's making a big deal out of this. No one is offended at these jokes. We're pointing out the hypocrisy. That goes for anyone that look up to the people they love to watch. Hopefully, at the end of this stream, nobody looks up to AniMat. You do not want to be an AniMat. You do not want to be this fucking loser here. Because if you end up like this loser, you're going to be nothing more than a brainwashed fucking loser who doesn't want to look into things. Because he's so fucking lazy. And he claims to be a know-it-all. Such a fucking loser. You're a loser. Deal with it. And yes, if you're watching this, AniMat, I hope you're watching this. I really do. I hope you're watching it. I think you're a loser. I think that you are completely misinformed on this whole situation. You have no idea what you're doing here. You have no idea what you're saying here. And yeah, he lacks self-awareness. Exactly. But you have to have common sense to be aware. And this guy has no common sense because he's a fucking loser. I don't care. I don't care. I'll call you a loser because you have no idea what you're talking about. And you're a clown too.
Big deal and all that kind of stuff. And also, to add to the element of their hypocrisy, you know very well that all these Vic fans, like, they've done these jokes as well. You know that when they would hang out with...
Yeah. I've made faggot jokes. Not a big deal. A lot of people know that it's not a big deal that I use the word faggot. You want to know why? Because it's not offensive to me. And I don't care. Here's the thing, AniMat. A lot of people don't really care. That's why you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care that people are making, this into a big deal that it is. But you are. You're making this into a big deal. And that's why people like us are laughing at you and calling you a loser and calling you a clown because you're just eating this shit up. And it's great. It is great because it gives people like me content that I can sit here and make and entertain people. And it's fun. It's fun to do this shit. And you want to sit here and berate us, belittle us, but you ain't got the balls to tell us this to our faces. Instead, you hide behind a little camera there and your little porn stash back there that I see. I don't know if it's porn or not. I'm just going to assume it is. Since you like to mischaracterize us, how about I mischaracterize you? I think maybe you are a pedophile. Maybe that porn stash in the back there, maybe that's child pornography. See, I can mischaracterize you, since you want to mischaracterize us. I'm really losing it here, because this guy, this fucking loser here, he wants to sit there and belittle us and say all this shit, but he ain't got the balls to say it to our faces. You're a pussy, AniMat. You're a fucking pussy. And yes, I'll say it to your face. I will. Oh, fuck. God damn, I need some new headsets.
Their friends.
Please, someone donate me $5 so I can
go and talk online. You know that they would go and make these jokes where they would throw homophobic slurs, or they would make jokes about sodomy, and make jokes about incest. Like, you could go into
incest. Nobody's making a big deal about these jokes except you. Aren't you the same fucking idiot that just said a few moments ago that people should not be making these type of jokes anymore? You claim this is not a big deal, but earlier you said it wasn't a big deal. And that, I mean, you said it was a big deal. You said it was a big deal and that people should not be saying these type of things in 2019. You said this earlier, and that voice actors should apologize. Apologize for what? I sound like a broken record here, but this guy, he sounds like a broken record that has been fucked up some way. And he's fucking scratching up all the records. Therefore, you aren't gonna listen to any, smart, intelligent thing that comes out of this guy's mouth. Because everything is fucking nonsense.
to a Twitter page of a Vic fan, and I'm sure, like, if you scroll down enough, you'll find at least one that it's an offensive joke in this kind of manner that is no different than like whatever the leaks have revealed that featured the Dragon Ball Z cast. And yet right now they're trying to pretend that they're on a moral high ground, that they think that, oh, this is wrong of Funimation to do so. Shut the hell up, dude.
Shut the hell up, dude. Oh my god. I can tell you're getting heated here. You're getting heated. I'm getting heated here because you obviously are just talking out of your ass. And here's the funny thing about this, people. Here's the funny thing about this. People like him, they will never admit they're wrong. He's just like H3H3. He's never going to admit he's wrong, especially if Vic wins this case. Which I think Vic will win this case. He's not going to admit he's wrong. Do you guys think he's going to admit he's wrong? No, he's not. I don't see that ever happening. And by the way, AniMat. While we're going on this topic here, here's the thing. You've been doing nothing but flip-flopping this whole entire time, like Paranoia DJ has said. You are basically trying to mischaracterize all of us. And yes, I'll admit, we make these type of jokes all the time because it's not a big deal. And it's not the jokes that are the problem, you idiot. You honestly sit there and say that, oh, we're making a big deal about these jokes because we find them offensive. No. That's what you don't realize, you fucker. You don't realize that it's not the content of the jokes. It's the hypocrisy of Funimation. The blatant hypocrisy that they would fire someone who told an innocent joke, yet they're not going to fire people like Sean Schimmel or Chris Sabat for making homophobic jokes and sodomy jokes. That's the hypocrisy. We're not saying that, they should be fired for telling these jokes. But if we're using logic here, if Vic gets fired, then they should get fired. We're asking for a fairness here. We want everything to be looked at fairly. We want things to be fair. That's what we're looking at here. We're not trying to say, oh, we're offended at these jokes, which we're obviously not. I mean, why? If we were so offended at these jokes, we wouldn't be telling these jokes in the first place, you fucking idiot. Can we... I want to end this video. I do. I want to end this stream. Come on.
I mean, for God's sake, there's a fine line between making offensive jokes and the things that Vic has been accused of. And that's another major thing why this is not necessarily that much of a big deal than it actually seems. Because there is a fine line between making offensive jokes. Like, yeah, offensive jokes is one thing. And that can be pretty bad.
Video's buffering.
But still, the things that Vic has been accused of isn't...
What the fuck? Come on. Why is this buffering? What the fuck? Hang on. I mean, I shouldn't have any connection issues at all.
Entirely different story. It's a whole different level that is much more
Why is it buffering?
dangerous. It makes more sense to fire Vic for the things that he has been accused of for the sake of the well-being of many of the other employees at Funimation, especially...
Okay. Here's the thing, though. If we're talking about the well-being of the employees, if Vic was fired for that reason, which he wasn't, like I said, the 3 reasons why Vic was fired: jelly bean joke, a consensual kiss from an ex-employee, and the twins, which that's what the investigation was about. He was fired over allegations, which, you know, and yeah, the jelly bean joke. That's what people are talking about, you fucking idiots. If you know the case, you would know this. That Vic was accused of apparently making a jelly bean joke, which came off as sexual. And he was fired for that reason. That's one of the reasons why he was fired. But that's what people are trying to say. You know, they're trying to say that Funimation should, I mean, and it's even stated in their policy. You don't realize that, but they have a policy there that states no sexual jokes. And yeah, not to mention Chuck Huber's affidavit about Chris Savitt's sexual casting couch. Yes, you're not even going to mention that, are you, AniMat? You're not even going to mention the casting couch. If people aren't going to be involved in this. So yeah, now these jokes, now these leaks, they do sort of fit with the case, sort of. Thanks to Chuck Huber's affidavit. He's basically talking about what goes on behind the scenes at Funimation, because he's worked there before. Whereas you, AniMat, you have never worked for Funimation. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But yeah, you are a fucking idiot. Come on, hopefully we get to the end of this. Come on.
Especially the voice actresses.
Which, by the way, are just allegations. They're all allegations at the end of the day. And I think the stream is fucking up here for some reason. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, Lord, the frame drops. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? Oh, God, that was awful. Frame drops there. What the fuck? What was that? I am sorry, people. My internet seems to be derping on me tonight. Uh, let's see. I think now it's all stable now. I have no idea what's going on here, but I think it's fine now. Hang on here. All right.
Who has accused Vic and all that kind of stuff. Offensive jokes, not really. It's not something that people would go and fire others for. It's like, oh, you made a bad slur, you're fired. It's like, no, that doesn't work like that, dude. There is no...
Okay. He does make a fair point there. I mean, Vic wasn't just fired for telling a bad joke. I mean, there's other factors into why he was fired. I get that. But that doesn't mean that one thing should be overlooked while the other should. Like, that's, it's still against the guidelines. That's what you fail to realize. If their guidelines say you cannot make any sexual jokes, then you cannot be telling these type of jokes. That's common sense there. And a company is allowed to make that into a rule. And here's the thing, AniMat. Here's the thing. You don't know this case. You have no idea. You act like you know because Arms Girl is basically telling you all this shit. And, you're not watching Nick's live streams. You're not looking at the court documents. You are just basically listening to what other people are saying on KickFix side, and you're just running with it without doing any proper research at all. And that's why people like me make fun of you for that. For that reason. But nevertheless, let's
hypocrisy on this level, because making offensive jokes is not as bad as trying to go and actually sexually harass women. Okay?
Yes, we know this.
Because I think it's safe to say that one accusation doesn't seem as bad as the other. And just to add on to this, I'm trying to think, crap. I wanted to make a point, but no,
And then let's not forget the fact that Hanalea, when she made that tweet, she wasn't even right. She didn't even have the right person. She wasn't even talking about Vic. She was talking about some other guy that apparently married a 16-year-old girl. That's who she was talking about. And he used to be a voice actor for Funimation. And he was dating Monica Rial, by the way. That's who Hanalea was talking about. According to, Hanalea herself. But I guess, you don't really see that at all. So you're just gonna follow this narrative, even though, you guys keep changing your fucking narratives. At least we've been sticking with ours, and that is Vic is innocent.
I think that does kind of cover it a little. Oh, actually, there is also something that I want to add is regarding one specific conspiracy theory that has often been passed around because a lot of people are thinking that right now, because of these leaks, and that many people seem to be shocked right now, a lot of people are thinking about, oh, what's going to be the future of Dragon Ball Z and Funimation with Toei? Because one conspiracy theory that's often been passed around by the Vic fans is that Toei is so upset with Funimation because of this whole Vic controversy that there is a chance that they would go and split up. Which I gotta say right now, no, that is not true, and it is never gonna happen.
Oh, really? You don't believe that's never gonna happen? You're so for sure about that. Well, I mean, it's got to be true. I mean, it's not like, there's people in the industry, the voice acting industry that you're talking about. You claim to be so knowledgeable about. You don't think that, people in that industry would be talking about this and are actually tweeting it out to Toei. Oh, wait. There is someone talking about this. And I'm going back to Twitter. I've actually I'm sort of done with this. I'm done with this because really, to be honest, I can't take it anymore. I'm starting to lose my mind here. Are you sure about that? But yes, there is a voice actor from Japan that basically says that it's 100% guaranteed that Toei is not too happy about this. And do you honestly think that he's, kick Vic just because he states this? AniMat? Hang on. Let me pull that up real quick. I'm sorry, everybody. I am truly sorry for all of this stuff. Hang on. I'm gonna clear all my recent searches here because I want to find something here. Let's see. I want to find that tweet. Hang on. I want to find that tweet from that Japanese voice actor. I think it's on my profile here. And then I'm gonna end the stream. And I guess I'll talk to you guys for a little bit here. But AniMat, he acts like he knows everything. He acts like, no, Toei's not mad, no. He doesn't even know. He doesn't know that. He has no friggin' clue. He has no fucking clue what he's talking. And yes, you just saw H3H3's ass there. I hope y'all are happy. Because I'm trying to go through my tweets here. Might be. Hang on here. Go to my liked tweets. Because I liked a lot of tweets. No, that was my last stream that I did. Which I was actually reading Chuck Huber's affidavit. But this guy acts like he knows everything. Saying, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Toei's not mad at this. What are you talking about? Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You get it back. I'm just making a JonTron reference there. You get that back. You'll get that back, Funimation. You'll get that Toei license back. Oh, goddamn. I'm trying to find that tweet. I have it here. I'll just have to... I should have already had it. But, holy shit, though. When all that information came out, the leaks, you had voice actors talking about it. Japanese voice actors. I'm pretty sure it would go directly towards Toei and they wouldn't know about this. I'm pretty sure of it. But we don't know what we're talking about. We're just making up conspiracy theories. Yet we're not the ones that came up with it. It was a Japanese voice actor that is stating that, Toei would know about this. But, yeah, find the tweet eventually. I've liked a lot of tweets. Over 6,488 tweets. But yeah, this is the same idiot here, people. The same idiot that did a podcast with Mars Girl. It does not surprise me that he would be saying all this shit about us, because this is the same shit that Mars Girl has said about us for months. Okay, I'm getting close to those tweets. So here's the part of Funimation, you know. Okay, there, that's Fantasy Soft. Right here. Okay, Yuki Matsuzaki. He's a popular Japanese voice actor. Hang on. God damn it. I went to the wrong tweet here. I'm trying to get this one right here. Yuki Matsuzaki. Here's exactly what I said. The voice actors of English version of Dragon Ball had recorded a parody at Funimation which consists of offensive jokes out of the same-sex intercourse. It's a huge problem that could end the English Dragon Ball franchise. Did that come from I Stand With Vic side? Did that at all? Was that a conspiracy theory we came up with? No. It was a Japanese voice actor that brought this up. First of all, that translation's awful. Yeah, that's someone else. Cancel culture's cancer. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, Twitter's just messing up on me tonight. I'm sorry, guys, but point go like it goes to okay. AniMat wants to sit here and blame us for not looking into things, saying that we're the hypocrites here, that we're attacking people, that we're trying to ruin careers. Yet, what has Kick Vic been doing this whole entire time? What has Kick Vic been doing for the past 6 months? They've been doing nothing but running their mouths about Vic and just talking out of their ass. Look at that. Headlines. It's right there, people. Look at that. Right there. Headlines. In Japan. That's in Yahoo Japan News about Funimation. So what does that tell you? It's a big deal. Pretty big deal. IGN Japan. Yet this motherfucker, you know, this motherfucker wants to sit there and claim that this is not a big deal. He wants to sit there and say this is not a big deal. If it's not a big deal, then why is Japan talking about it? People, come on. Why are Japanese people getting offended over it? That's my question. But I'm gonna close this stream off now. I'm gonna basically my final thoughts here. Honestly, this has just been fun for me. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy that people like AniMat acts like he knows everything that's going on with the Hovik situation. And yet we don't know. Yet he knows. So, I ask you all, do you all think that AniMat is full of shit? Or do you think that maybe we are the crazy ones? Have we completely lost our rocker here? Have we basically lost our collective minds? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty sane, you know? And I haven't lost any, any brain cells at all in this. In fact, I've learned a lot more about, lawsuits and everything because of this. Because I actually pay attention to the case. That's the thing. But nevertheless, what do you all think? Let me know in the chat. What do you all think of AniMat? Is he right that I Stand With Vic is full of harassers, people that do nothing but insults and victim blame? You honestly think that? I want to know. But, in my opinion, I think AniMat is a clown. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And I'm pretty sure anybody with I Stand With Vic is way smarter than AniMat. Because at least we do look into things. So, that should tell you. But anyways, I am going to end this stream. Hope you all have a good night. And hopefully everything was steady. If not, I do humbly apologize. I know the stream was sort of having some hiccups here and there because, I don't know, my connection. And it's not supposed to be this way. I mean, I have fiber optic. No reason for it to act up like this. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and in this stream. AniMat is dumber than a box of rocks. AniMat's dumber than a sack of peanuts. Oh yeah, that's a good way to end the stream. I think that AniMat is a fucking clown and a loser. I will continue to say that. You are a loser. So yeah. Anyways, you all have a good night. Thank you for tuning in to the stream. Love you all. Good night. Peace.